Hello, everybody. Hey, hello. Hi, hi, hi. How y'all doing? Happy Friday. Hello, hi. How y'all doing on this great Friday? Yeah, it's Friday. Just got paid. But however that song goes, if I can listen to that, Johnny, I think it's called Johnny Kemp. Or sorry, it's by Johnny Kemp. Friday night, just got paid. Party popping, feeling right, booty shaking all around, something like that. All right. Hey Cassie, thank you, boo. Hey hey Miss Verna, how you doing? Hey Teresa, Charlotte, Emily, Mix. Hey Mix, hey Levi. Carmen, thank you, boo. Hey Brittany, Monique, where you been at, girl? Empress, Al, hey, Harley, Busy, Katarina, Jamie, Miss Jamie, hey boo, Christopher, hey Banjo. All right, let's get into this read. Hey Emmy, hey boo. All right, let's get into this read. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afrozen. Excuse me. And today I'm reading for the beautiful, handsome collective. Hello, collective. How you doing? Flowers, flowers, flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Flowers, yes. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Let me do it one more time. Flowers, 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 yes. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. To book a private reading with me or to shop in my store, all that information is in the description box below, okay? I'm going to be promoting myself. Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, okay? Shameless plug over here. Wisdom Beyond Wounds was created for individuals like myself and you as well, who may have went through a lot of narcissistic, very toxic experiences, more so surrounding family members, co-workers, ex-lovers, etc., okay? This book is currently available on Amazon. It's called Wisdom Beyond Wounds, so make sure that you grab your copy. Also, keep in mind as well too that I'm actually creating or formulating a class right now, so we can actually dive even deeper into the subsets of this actual book here. Okay, so if you're interested in wanting to purchase this book, again, the name of the book is called Wisdom Beyond Wounds, and you can find it at your own time and leisure on Amazon. Thank you so much for your support, okay? All right, so let's get into this read here. Give me a second. All right, let's get into this read. Channel message here is reality is harshly setting in for them. You don't understand. Baby, child. You truly don't understand just how the truth cuts through a lot of things. It's like the truth is like a sound. You know how they said that light can cut through the speed of light, or is a sound that can cut through the speed of light? I'm going to look at that as truth. And you are the truthful person or the truth teller here in regards to people doing foolish things towards you here. I said a meditation for a good maybe about an hour and a half earlier this morning here, and I just kept hearing lots of like cries and woe is me. Okay, please keep in mind that this is a collective read. Not everything that I'm going to mention to you is going to resonate. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, it's a collective read. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, all right. So as I said in meditation, I dive deeper into it. I saw a clump or a group of people, more so karmics, or just people that are on the negative side of things, trying to repent for what they have done towards other people or malicious things that they have done towards people here. And a lot of the things that I heard was, why did I do this? Okay. I also heard, what did I do? Meaning, so it's like, what did I do? What did I do? So they're in this space here, and all you just keep hearing is a lot of crying, a lot of pacing back and forth, a lot of praying that's not going to get anywhere here. And they feel like that their life is completely over. They no longer have that big smile, that Cheshire smile that they once had on their face. They no longer have that anymore. And then I also heard I should have never done this. So there's a group of individuals that are really, really in regret in regards to what they have done towards you. Again, please keep in mind that this is a collective read. Not everything that I mentioned to you is going to resonate. Take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? I need to make that very clear, all right? So with that being said here, if you are the one that is speaking up, okay, because the only way in order for you to see change, you have to trigger the change by speaking up or doing something very differently. Sometimes you have to go against the grain, specifically when you have individuals in this nature, this toxic nature here, that keep coming for you or gunning for you in a very negative way here. We do have the coffin card here. Okay, coffin is here. So it's a physical coffin, it's a spiritual coffin, it's an emotional coffin, it's a psychological coffin. I'll break it down. Physical coffin. They can't take the heaviness as to what they've done to you. You parading around and you walking, you talking like as if nothing happened. It really disturbs individuals that have done harmful things towards you behind your back here. And the reason being is because they're very guilty with despair. So you have despair and you have coffin here. They can't fathom or they can't stomach the idea that you're still able to be so happy and so joyful or joyous after all that they have done towards you here. Okay. So that's the physical part. It's so physical to the point where they're taking things to escape from what they have done to you because they can't sit down with themselves and they can't stomach what they have done to you because it was very harsh. It was very heinous, right? The mental part of it is that the mental space, because now they're by themselves and you've completely ignored these group of individuals here and you're not having any type of communication or conversation with them, it is forcing them to be in a space where they have to remain silent. And someone that only knows negativity or thrives in darkness with negativity here is going to be very hard for them to be able to sit with themselves in regards to the messages that are coming to them. Most of the messages are coming to them are very dark in their mind here in regards to they having a lot of like playbacks or reviews in regards to what they've done and they cannot handle that. Someone's name is Mickey or Michelob or Michaela. Okay, Michaela could be Michael as well. Mackenzie. I'm also hearing Mufford, Mufford. That could be someone's last name. Take it how it resonates. So moving forward, so physical, they don't want to deal with this anymore. They don't want to deal with you. They can't face you anymore. So mentally, they're trying to escape for what they have done to you physically. Emotionally, they can't handle the they're in a meltdown right now, like a emotional meltdown, and they can't handle what's coming to them. You're not speaking to them is really putting them in a space where they feel like that they're going crazy or they feel like that they're very unstable because you refuse to speak with them. You know why you're not speaking to them, and they know why you're not speaking to them, and you know why you're not speaking to them. It could be a father figure. Please take it how it resonates. Okay, the roles can be switched, it can be flipped. Take it how it resonates in your story. But just what I'm picking up here in regards to what the cards are coming out, specifically, it could be a mature man in regards to a father figure here. There could potentially be a father figure, a grandfather, a child's father, however it resonates. That is wanting to relay some form of a message here before they pre-transition out. You're not going to receive the message or a conversation here. They're wanting to have a conversation to put this to rest. You can't put this to rest in regards. So I'll put it in this way. They want you to forget everything that they have done towards you. They want bygones to be bygones. They want you to accept the olive branch that they're trying to, to give to you here. That olive branch is very nasty, it's dank, the branches is messed up. There's no leaves on this olive branch. There's no abundance on this olive branch. There's no fruition on this olive branch. There's not anything that would indicate that if you were to accept the olive branch that they were trying to give to you here, there's nothing that can grow from this, if this makes sense, because they went so far and so deep to the point where they're wanting to pre-transition you out. Your own family members, specifically for whoever resonates, specifically your own family members, because you refuse to listen to what they had to say. You refuse to abide by their rules. You refuse to abide by their so-called control. And they feel like that because they're older in age, specifically this person here, that they feel like that you should be able to override or ignore what they have done to you here. There's no coming back from this. There's no coming back from this, which puts them back into reality is harshly setting in, because you are the only one that can set them free from this trap. And I highly advise that you do not set them free from this trap. They placed themselves here because they thought they were big and bad. And you have to allow people who feel that they're big and bad, you have to allow them to be. And because you allowed them to be, now they're in the space where now they're realizing that reality is so harshly setting in for them, and they're afraid. They're so spooked by you. Let me love on y'all for a bit. I want to love on the Divine Collective for a bit. Baby, you ain't nothing to play with. You ain't nothing to F with. You are so strikingly, so freaking unique that it blows their mind on a day-to-day. They can't understand you. They can't comprehend you. They don't know anything about you, and that scares them. That scares them. They in prison within their head here. Someone's name is Jameson. Or maybe you're drinking, I believe Jameson is bourbon, I believe. Don't quote me. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. I can take it. You could be drinking bourbon or white liquor. Casamigos. Okay. Somebody could be mixing Casamigos with prescriptions here. Okay. So community. The community sees that they're very distraught. Hi, Brian. Hey, Olivia. The community sees that they're very distraught here. And they're really like retracing their steps or regressing their steps back as to what went wrong. What went wrong is that they were caught. That's what went wrong. What went wrong is that they thought that they were much more bigger than you. No, no one is bigger than you at all. You are the biggest person that you could be within self, if that makes sense, because you are the one that can control the way that you grow, if that makes sense. Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, Miss Jamie. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Jessica. So the community is starting to really see like these individuals here are like crashing out, but they're crashing out publicly. And they can't handle it. And the reason why they're crashing out publicly is because other people are aware in regards to not only what they've done to you, but what they have done to those people too. So the people that may have stayed quiet or may have moved on with their life here, they feel more comfortable in speaking out in regards to what this family dynamic has done here. And they feel very stuck within what they have done. So they can't get out of it, because it's like the community is constantly reminding them in regards to what they've done to them, and they can't handle it. So they keep going into like this prayer mode. And I'm not sure, well, it is what it is. This may sound insensitive, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't understand how someone can attempt to hurt someone. They try to unalive or pre-transition you out. The reason why they try to unalive or pre-transition you out is because you're your own person. You tap to your own beat. You don't listen to naysayers or negative individuals. That's the real true reason why they wanted to pre-transition you out. That's not a good reason for me. This group didn't like you because you are you. That's not a good reason for me at all. So I may sound very insensitive, but it is what it is. They didn't give a flying F about you. So why should we give a rat's ass about them? Your own family tried to corner you, to try to make you succumb to their foolishness. And they were laughing and berating you behind the scenes and thinking that it was okay. Why aren't they laughing now? They were very cruel and wicked in regards to what they tried to do towards you here. Now they can't take the heat. It's a false person, which this whole group is. Eighth house. Could be Scorpio rules the eighth house here. Eighth house also rules other people's money. It could be an inheritance as well too. It could be sex as well. They could have been very sex driven in regards to what they were doing. There's a stepmother or stepfather. Take this how this resonates. But there's a stepmother or stepfather that may look at you in a very sexual way. Take that how that resonates. I'm not trying to trigger you, but I have to give the message here with unofficial person and false person here. So when you started to date, or if you started to communicate with individuals amongst your peer group here, either a stepmother or stepfather didn't like the fact that you were getting attention from the opposite sex or the same sex, however resonates in your story here. And I feel like they were very jealous here because they looked at you as a form of being tainted. So there's strong could be stepfather, okay? Take it how it resonates. But whoever this step parent is here, they didn't want other people having access to you or becoming close to you here, is because they wanted to be closer to you, but more so sexually. So I don't know if you are aware of that. Maybe you are aware, but there is a stepfather or stepmother that look at you deeper than what it may seem. It's like they want to inappropriately be intimate with you here. Okay, and the moment that you disconnected from this individual or group of people here, this is when they started their foolishness. Yeah, bad health. There's a father figure or a mother figure. Take it how it resonates. That's in really bad health here. And you're making them fall, or you're letting them fail. You're letting the chips dry or the chips fall in regards to where it needs to fall here. They are so deathly afraid of you. So I made a comment earlier, or a post. Let me go back to it. Where is it? Hold on. Hopefully I can find it. 1 second, y'all. Here it is. So this is what some toxic family members or dynamic do here. They destabilize your physical, your emotional, your psychological, and your mental state to weaken your defense and make you more dependent on the very environment that's harming you. They want to have complete reign and control over you, so that way you feel like that you can never escape what they are attempting or trying to do towards you here. When you're drained on every level consists of your physical level. So the physical level will be you don't feel confidence, you can't move. So someone's yelling or screaming at you or berating at you, you may be in a position where you become very stagnant, or you become very still, or you may freeze or froze in time because you feel like they're always yelling and screaming at you, and it's like everything just more so shut down physically to where you feel like you can't really do anything. That's the physical aspect of this, of destabilization. The emotional aspect of destabilization here is to hurl insults towards you. You will never be, and you will never be, and this is why it's this, and da 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 da. You are this, you're overweight, you're underweight, nobody wants you, this, that, like whatever they can do to attack you emotionally to make you always feel like you're not worth anything. And if they take away the protection of your emotions from self here, it's like now that everything is in their head, it's like they can always mold or create some form of a lifestyle, or more so perspective here, that you are what they say you are. The psychological aspect, which I actually feel is the most dangerous of them all here. They all have their part that they play in this, but more so the psychological aspect when it comes to this, especially when they're trying to destabilize you here. Remember, when you lose your mind, because that's the main thing that they're trying to get you to do. They're trying to get you to lose your mind. And if they're successful with you tapping into the psychological aspects of self, you're not going to be yourself. So they tend to hurl these insults. They tend to push things psychologically onto you because Think of it in this way when you're speaking about or thinking about your psychological aspect of self. That's like the supercomputer of self or the mental aspect of self. And if you don't have any protection against those things that they're trying to push onto you here, well, then your the psychological parts of self is going to start to break down. You're going to second guess yourself, which is going to spill into the emotional aspect of self and also the physical aspect of self. They all do something separately, but they all work in tandem together. And if one part or one aspect is completely off or slightly off in regards to who you are, then it is very easy or more susceptible for other parts or areas or aspect of your life to actually break down here. That makes sense? So also with the psychological part here, they need to get into your head, because the more that they say, you ain't it, you ain't it, you ain't it, you'll never be, they need for you to confirm what they're saying about you to be true. So they will gather other people within the family dynamic, brother, sister, uncle, cousin, friend, foe, whoever, however here, to all congregate around you here to make you feel like how they want you to feel. So if you're hearing it from mom, maybe it is true. Okay, you're hearing it from dad? Well, dang, well, mom's saying it, dad's saying it. Well, dang, maybe it's true. You're hearing it from a brother, a sister, a uncle, a cousin, a grandmother, whoever, however. You know what I mean? It's like, well, if every which way you turn around and everyone is saying the same exact thing, it's like, well, you may be in a position where now you may start to feel as if you are the problem, you know? And maybe you start to break down things to where you be like, you know what? Maybe what they're saying about me is true. Maybe I need to do better. Maybe I need to do this. And it puts you in overdrive to where you overcompensate for them or towards them because you refuse to do what they say or you refuse to do what they do. Somebody eating fried chicken or Popeyes or something like that. Okay. So with that being said, when you're drained on every level will be the physical level, the emotional level, the psychological level, and the mental level here. When you're drained on every level of self, you're easier to control, easier to manipulate, and less likely to break free because the protection of self has been completely dissipated. There's no protection of self. The protection of self more so falls under the guise of discernment or following your spirit. And if they break down your spirit, or if they break down all of the strong attributes that make you you, well, yet again, then you'll be more susceptible to their abuse or trauma of whatever kind here, okay? So this is how toxic systems keep you trapped. They strip you of balance so they can strip you of your power. Does that make sense? Some toxic families, or I'll just say toxic families, will push you to the edge, dragging you through heartache. Some of you guys, your first heartache came from a mother figure or a father figure or whoever raised you. Let's talk about it. Some of your first heartache came from your family dynamic. And they wanted you to believe that abuse was okay. They wanted you to normalize that abuse was okay. So toxic families will push you to the edge, drag you through heartache, mental chaos. Heartache here will be they push you away. You try to give them a hug. You try to compliment them. You try to be around them. They'll push you away. They'll say something ignorant about how you look or how you are presenting yourself or representing yourself. Anything to break down your actual strong spirit here. They also put you in mental chaos. So that way you can always stay in your head. They want you to overcompensate because you refuse to listen. So if it comes too unbearable to the point where you're like, okay, I can't do it anymore. I give up. Then they realize that they have completely stripped away all of your protection of self, and they'll be able to do whatever it is that they want to do with you here. And that's not true. And that's not the case here. Okay. So toxic families will push you to the edge, dragging you through heartache, mental chaos, and soul crushing pain. And in some extreme cases, They'll even set the stage for your physical destruction. So as they keep feeding you destruction into yourself, because they need you to destroy yourself, so that way they can keep their hands clean. So that way when you finally have this breakdown or this mental breakdown here, they're able to turn around and say, see, I told you this person wasn't right in their head. See, I told you this person wasn't this. I told you this person wasn't that. They need you to self-sabotage by confirming the lies that they're saying about you to be true. And it's all because you refuse to conform to their dysfunction. They need you to be functional in their dysfunction. If you're not functional within their dysfunction, then their plan is not going to work. They need you to be as such or like them, dysfunctional, okay? But you're very different from them. So because of your refusal to adopt their toxic ways, it exposes the truth that they can't face. So they punish you for choosing freedom over bondage. There's a lot of mother figures out here, toxic mother figures that despise their daughters. Mother figures despise their sons. Father figures despise their daughters or their sons here. It's a very, very, very toxic, cyclic, generational trauma that they keep trying to inflict onto you, and it's not right. Somebody could be born in May. Take it how it resonates. May would be Aries, Taurus. In order for them to have power over you, they had to strip you from your power first. Let me repeat that. In order for them to have power over you, they needed to strip you from your power first. Because if you don't have any power, you don't have any energy, they're just going to give or loan whatever it is that they have to make you act in a certain way, i.e. like a robot, if that makes sense. Okay, I stand correct. Thank you. May is Taurus, Gemini. Thank you. Thank you for that, okay? I stand corrected. It's Taurus is, sorry, May is Taurus, Gemini. Sorry about that. Thank you for that clarification. If you don't have any power, you turn into a robot. Do as I say, not as I do. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay. It's like you don't even have a function of self. And that's what they wanted for you here. They wanted you to be completely foggy in regards to what they were doing towards you. So the moment that you would have some moments where the fog would kind of dissipate and you were able to kind of like see very clearly in what they're doing. And the moment that you ask a question or the moment that you shift the narrative in regards to what they're doing everything possible to put you back to sleep. Gaslighting you. Oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. Why would I do that to you? I'm your mom. Why would I do that to you? I'm your dad. I'm your brother. I'm your sister. I'm your family member. I'm your friend. I would never do that to you. I would never this. And they're trying to reassure you to ensure that you never get out of this fog here. Yes. So they use words or they work with words to manipulate what they're saying to ensure that you're not able to see through the, you know, the middle line or more so able to see what they're trying to say towards you here. For some of you guys, they may have been very violent with you here, and they would exercise some form of we'll say extreme abuse, because some of you guys may have went through extreme abuse like myself here, and they will use words afterwards after they finish executing this extreme abuse here. I only did that towards you because I love you. I hit you because I love you. I abused you because I love you. Well, I did this here because you refused to listen, or I said this here because you refused to listen. So it's like they're trying to use muddied words or dirty words towards you here to more so make you feel like that abuse is okay. And it's not okay. It would never be okay. They want you to be very common, or they want you to adopt a common lifestyle that abuse is okay, and it's not. That was the plan that they had since day one, since you were born. You never had a fighting chance. I'm going to be so for real with you. You never had a fighting chance because they did not want you to have a fighting chance. Some of you guys may have had, see, you say years. Some of you guys may have had invisible friends or invisible spirits, okay? You were actually seeing spirits when you were younger here. You may have spoke up that you were seeing spirits and they said it was all in your head. They're playing with spirits. They're calling upon spirits. They're summoning spirits here. But the moment that you're actually seeing the spirit that they summon here, the first thing that they're going to say, oh, that's not true. It's all in your head. Spirits are not real. But yet they play with spirits behind your back. Make this make sense. So if they say, because that's what they say spirits are not real, for whoever resonates, of course. If spirits are not real, then why are they calling upon them? If spirits are not real, why are they trying to work with them to go against you if it's not real? Make it make sense. Break it down. Break it down. Break everything that they say down. That is the only way that you're able to get past the noise and past the blockages that they don't want you to get past, if that makes sense. So, okay, never mind. So I'm gonna still say it. You could be biracial, or you may come from a mixed family, for whoever resonates, okay? Your family could have been very colorist. You could have been more lighter complected, okay? You could have been more darker complected, however it resonates here. But they always use that also as a form of an excuse as to why you did not belong here. Now they're not here. They don't want to come near you here because you're speaking way too much truth to the point where they're traumatized by your truth. They are so traumatized by your truth. Is that a real thing? Oh, absolutely. They are so traumatized by your truth. It makes them physically sick, psychologically sick, mentally sick, emotionally sick. But they were always sick. It was an underlying undiagnosed illness or ailment that they always had. But because of how strong or confident you are in regards to the truth that you speak, it was able to rise to the top. There are underlying mental issues or mental instabilities that they kept trying to push down or hide from the world here. Now everyone is seeing that this group of family members here has some form of a very, very deranged or demented psychological issue here. Because it's odd, they say you have a psychological issue, but you're not causing harm to a person. A person that has a mental issue or a psychological instability here, they're not going to cause harm to another person. They're not. Oh, well, in the collective did this to me, in the collective did this to me, and that's all they say. That's all they always say to make themselves feel full, but full is in reverse. All they were given were the half stories or the half lies to the stories that they keep trying to spin around you. Once again and yet again, if they were telling the truth, why do they have to go overboard or extend themselves to ensure that they're telling the truth, if they're telling the truth? Finally, they've awakened the beast. Finally. They've awakened you to put you in a position where now that you don't give a flying F what happens to these individuals, you're not backing down from them. And that terrifies them. You by yourself against all these individuals and you refuse to back down. Fact. There's a figure here, mother figure, father figure, grandfather, whoever adult figure that was in your life here. You stepping up to them, it's like, how freaking dare you? Who in the hell do you think you are? You are the truth. That's who you think you are. You are the epitome of truth. Confidence that you exude. You are a no-nonsense individual that thrives in truth. That's who the F you think you are. Who no longer, or they can no longer objectify you. They can't look at you as a form of a chair or a table or an inanimate type of object here who feel like they can just abuse you at will or at whim because they say so or because they have the title of a mother figure or father figure here. Child, please. The system has broken. This system of a toxic family dynamic or a toxic system of families here is completely broken down because you're able to see past it. See how things opening up? You're the conduit for truth. Truth flows through you like water, literally, figuratively, physically. Truth flows through you like water. And we all know water is something that is needed for us to be able to nourish ourselves, to heal ourselves, because water is actually healing as well too. And they did not want you to cleanse yourself or heal yourself in regards to what they were doing towards you here. But they don't have a say over your life. They don't even know who you are. So how can someone who don't know who you are have a say over your life? Make this make sense. Just because a mother or a toxic mother gives birth to a child doesn't mean that they know who this child would become or what they will set out to be. That makes sense? Someone's name is Tabitha. Far to the point now the government is involved in family affairs. The same family affairs that are working together to stop you from speaking out is involved. That's the truth. And now they feel very hollow within themselves as a shell. There's no spirits within themselves. There's no soul within themselves. So they feel very hollow. And they're looking for a way to feel more wholesome or whole within themselves. The only way that they can feel wholesome within themselves is by taking accountability. It's by speaking the truth. And they can't do that. They run away from you. So if they run away from you, who you are considered as the truth, they're not going to be able to stand up to the truth. They can't stand up to you. You think they're going to be able to stand up to any truth whatsoever, period? They're not. So wind is here. This person could be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Take it how it resonates here, okay? They have reached their peak when it came to you. And you are making a lot of noise. You're turning a lot of people's heads in regards to what you are saying or speaking up against or towards. Yep, so we have map here. So the map represents in regards to, it's like the divine has mapped out your life. Your path or your map is very bright. You have a lot of support on your path. Your path is marked in a positive way. In a very, very, very positive way. They can't handle it. So now they're being forced to sit with self because they can't handle your truth. So going back to what I stated, reality is harshly setting in for them. Why did I do this? I can answer that, karmic. Well, karmic family, karmic mommy, karmic daddy, karmic ex-lover, karmic spouse, karmic friend, whoever, however you are, okay? But the reason why you did this is because you thought that you could. Let's talk about it, karmic. I'm specifically speaking about the karmic now. To your face, heifer. Oh, why did I do this? Why did I do this? Since you want to be in prayer mode here. Well, let me answer the questions for you, heifer. Oh, why did I do this? You did this because you thought that you could beat the collective. That's why you did this. What did I do? What did I do? You tried to destroy the collective's life because the collective don't want anything to do with you. The collective see you for the hawk and spit that you are. The collective see you for the cesspit of shit that you are. The collective don't want anything to do with you, karmic. That's what did I do? What did I do? Oh, woe is me. My life is over. Yeah, your life is over, karmic, because that's the decisions that you decided to make. You took the path of darkness because you wanted to follow assness and assery and effery behind lies because you thought that the lies were true. And they did everything possible to ensure that the lie would stick to be as true or as such. So why did I do this? Once again, because you thought you were a god in the collective's life and you don't know anything. You don't even know the first thing when it comes to God. That's number one. Next one. What did I do? You destroyed your life, karmic. That's what you did here. My life is over. I should have never done this. Well, who don't hear will friggin' feel. And since they refuse to hear the warnings and heed the warnings that you were saying, now they have to feel it and let them feel it. Let them ride off into the sunset of feeling this harsh karma that they're going through. Checkmate, karmic. Checkmate. No more shoulda, coulda, woulda. You shoulda then, you shoulda did then, you coulda did then, and you woulda did then. You didn't do any of those things. So there's no more shoulda, coulda, woulda. There's no more sitting in silence. There's no more bereaving or grieving in silence because, oh my God, I can't believe I destroyed my life. That's on you. That's what happens when you follow other dusties down a path of destruction. It's good for your karmic. I don't feel sorry for you, not one whatsoever. You don't feel sorry for them. Feel sorry. You don't feel sorry for none of them heifers. It's good for your karmic. Could be a strong fire sign. Okay. Fire is Leo, Sag, or Aries. And they're trying to move or mow or row themselves to safety with the boat here. They're trying to get out of Dodge way. And it ain't happening because now the 15 minutes of shame that they wanted is now in front of their face. Oh, well. They created a show of disgust. They created a show of destruction here. And now that is being shown for everyone to see because they're the one that's the director of their life. They're the one that's the creative content, the content creator of their life here. And they wanted to put on a show in regards to who they thought you were. No, that's not how this works here. So they tried to or attempted to send other people towards you here, but other people are afraid of you because they realize that they have secrets and they realize that if they were to come around you, you're able to tap into their energy too, and they don't want that smoke. They don't want their secrets to be exposed, which is the gas here. They keep adding gas or fuel to the fire here. You are the fire. You are the fire that they keep trying to put gas into. They keep trying to accelerate with here, right? The gas will be more so the gossip and the lies and people just watching you quietly and trying to see what's what. You're able to pick up on what they're doing here, and it puts them in a very uncompromising position here where they don't want no parts of you. They ain't telling them that though, because they feel like they're being bugged by what you know. Well, how does the collective know that? Wait, you told me to go towards the collective and watch them and spy on them, but they're pulling out my secrets. You didn't tell me that. How do they know my secrets? I thought you said they would never see me. I thought you said they would know. You know every part of every which detail in regards to the individual that's coming up against you, and that is your right. But I thought they knew about spirits. Hi, Jenna. Thank you, boo. I thought they knew about spirit. I thought they knew about spirituality. Hell, I thought they knew about religion. Somebody lying here. Oh, so you don't need to be around the collective for them to know what we got going on? Negative. I don't know about y'all, but for me, the divine is my big boss. That's my big fella, my big sis, okay? And I'm always having a conversation with big sis or big, however way y'all look at it, okay? But the universe is my best friend. The universe has never, ever, 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 ever led me astray. The universe is always on my side. So I'm always chatting it up and I'm always, having a conversation with the universe here. And the universe is always going to place bugs. They're always going to tell me what's up. That energy is always going to tell me what's up. I can smell you a mile away. I don't have to say nothing to you. And 10 times out of 10, I don't say not one word to the individual that's trying to come up against me. Somebody's making ribs, or you're making a dry rib or a dry rub for your ribs. Or maybe you like wet ribs. You will understand what I mean when I say that. Take that how that resonates here. You can smell them a mile away. Stop thinking because we're by ourselves that we're by ourselves. You're going to learn that we're not by ourselves. And just because you can't see the connections that we have spiritually doesn't mean that they don't exist. And they're quickly learning that you are making a lot of people believers out of non-believers. You are. They ran out of time. There's no time left. All the time has dried up. Family. Yep. Yep. Family is closed off to everyone. Country is here. If they try to skip the country, for whoever resonates, take it how it resonates. If they try to skip the country here, they're still not going to feel safe within themselves. There could be a father figure here that's afraid to travel overseas or travel by plane. There's a parental figure here that's afraid to travel through aviation because they have a fear of heights. So they feel stuck. They're in a ring of fire that they can't get out of. Everybody knows what happened to what we did to you. Yeah, heifer. Everybody knows. Yup, and they know you by name. The whole city knows. Everybody. They have some form of a PTSD surrounding planes or some form of, aviation type of transportation here. So take that how that resonates. Could be a mother figure. However it resonates. Could be a sister. However it resonates. So imagine this. They feeling all harsh and hard and almighty, and they afraid to take a flight. Wait. They afraid to take a flight out of the city or the state that they currently reside in. But they're not afraid to tap deep into spirits that they don't have no knowledge or any information about. So they're not afraid to open up Pandora's box, but they're afraid to take a flight. And they want you to be afraid of them. It say wheels is in reverse. Like, when you go on the flight, wheels are up, but wheels are down. They've descended. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. It's like how? They're not afraid to call upon spirits, but they're afraid to fly with the spirits. They're afraid to fly in the friendly skies. That doesn't make sense to me, child. Baby, that don't make sense to me. Somebody just purchased all. So you may love all as a form of like laundry detergent. That could be your favorite laundry detergent, or you may have recently switched to all, okay? The cat's out the bag. You are the strongest one out of all that family dynamic. You are. And you're going to be the last one standing. All they can do is watch you in fear, because they would not come near you at all. They would not. That's why they keep sending people to come towards you here, which makes no sense. Why are you sending other people to come towards the collective? What does the beef have to do with other people? They don't like you. Why they can't come face you? Why they keep trying to bring other people towards you here? Because they're nothing but cowardly cunts is what they are. Yup, I said it. They are cowardly CUNTs. That's what they are. I've heard many occasions or many times that this is a cult. This is not a cult, a CULT. This is a group of cunts, stupid ones at that. Unintelligent cunts at that. That's just me. No, 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 no. No, you go first. And they're using other people as shields or protection to come towards you. So they hiding behind other people like this. I'm gonna show you just like this. We gonna say this is the people that they trying to hide, right? This is the person here, and they're like, no, 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 no. Okay, wait, okay, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. No, all right, now what's up? Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, okay, yeah. What they say? Oh, do they see you like they look freaking stupid? That's how they look, like freaking imbeciles. Oh God! Somebody eating fried okra, or you love fried okra? No, they see me. Oh, yeah, we see you, heifer. Oh man, what do they say? Oh, what? And no, don't worry about what we say. Come to us directly, heifer. We got fake flags. That's all they do. Everything fake, down to the gold teeth that they have in their mouth, down to the brass teeth. The discoloration of their teeth is fake as well too. The fake teeth, the fake money, the fake so-called clothes, the fake persona, the fake characteristics, everything about them is fake down to the brass discoloration of their teeth. Hidden agenda. I don't trust nobody with brass teeth. I'm sorry. Yeah, false alarm. They don't know how you coming, so they're always prepared. Why do they need to be prepared against you? For what reason? You didn't cause any harm to these individuals. You didn't. They cause harm towards you. So they're the one that's scatterbrained. They're the one that keep looking behind their back because they don't know how you're coming. Your silence is deadly. Your silence is very deadly. And they can't shake that. Oh, well. They could do the Harlem Shake. They could do the Tootsie Roll. I don't care. But they can't face you because they're so triggered by what they're seeing. See? They wanted to keep this quiet and under wraps where no one was aware of what they were doing towards you. And you finally awakened to a space or moments where you brought this to social media. Yes, because they wanted your voice to always remain unheard or unsound. They didn't want you to sound off in regards to what they're doing towards you, which is why they placed you in isolation in the first place. So the more that they have control to make you vulnerable in isolation, the more that their secrets stay unexposed. So when you realize the game that they were playing and no one would believe you because they already set the tone, social media now, oh, wait, you went through that? You experienced that? Wait, hold on, wait. I'm not the only one going through this? And this is how you were able to find your tribe. If you have not yet, but you soon will. If you haven't found your tribe yet, you soon will. But this is how you're able to find like-minded individuals in regards to what they went through as well too. This is how you change the narrative. You get a new perspective, a new scope, a new point of view on life. You went through that? Okay, well, what happened to you and such and da da da. And when that person goes into their story, a new perspective, a new point of view starts to click. You have that aha moments, you have that light bulb moment that comes to mind, and you're like, wait, that makes sense. And that's how you're able to break out of this foolishness here, this spell or whatever it is that they're trying to push onto you here. The first time you may have spoke out, no one may have listened to you. And I really strongly feel the reason why most people didn't listen to you is because they couldn't believe it. Those are not your peoples. You can't express a story or you can't express an experience to someone that has never experienced what you went through, because they're going to look at you as if you are odd, you're off, you're not mentally well, or wherever the case may be. You have to learn how to find people that went through the same experiences as you, come together to, and of course, a healthy, cohesive manner here, and it's going to step you or kick you outside of this box that they keep trying to stick you in here. Yes, behind the mask. You saw behind the mask. You stepped away from the mask that they keep trying to push onto you, because this family dynamic lives, they love, 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 love to live in mask type of things here, okay? They live for mask. Every day is a different type of mask. And they wear many, many different types of them. So that way people can always be fooled, or they can stay ahead of the radar. Which is why for some of you guys, they try to come against your social media. They try to hack your accounts. They try to report your stuff and things of that nature here. And it's just not working. Okay. So we have rebound here. So when they realize that you ain't moving, or you're not sticking, or you're not coming back towards them, now they're trying to come back to extend an olive branch. Hey, collective, hey, you know, I haven't talked to you in a while. Yet they're the one that's still doing the foolishness. They're talking about you. They're gossiping about you to other people here, but they don't want other people to be aware that they're trying to come back towards you to bury the hatchet here. And there's no hatchet to bury. The hatchet is out in the front. It has many different types of things onto this hatchet here. The hatchet that they're holding has their fingerprints on it. The hatchet that they thought that they could hide behind their back is now placed in front of everyone to see. That's the same hatchet that they used to try to chop you down. That's the same hatchet that they tried to use to try to manipulate and try to create or build different things based on lies in regards to who they thought that you should be. Negative. That ain't gonna work for us, little dog. For some of you guys, this is why you may have felt ghosted by family members, ex-lovers, or whatever the case may be here. It was all a ploy or a plan or play on your emotions, because they thought that if they ghosted you, so you're texting them, I know what you did to me. Why would you do that to me? You're trying to get an explanation as to why they did this to you here, and they're actually reading the text messages here, and they're trying to put you in a bind or in a space as if you try to get angry or belligerent or try to do things here so that way you can look like the aggressor here. It was all premeditated. Let me look up premeditated in my etymology. Hold on. Premeditation, the etymology of the word premeditation, previous deliberation. Previous deliberation, something that happens beforehand, prior consideration, a forethought. A forethought or a pre-thought before they decide to do something or execute something. Consideration beforehand. It says to think about and contrive beforehand, which means that it was very, very methodically planned out or thought out. Let it go. Yep, you let it go. You see how you release your heart? You may have actually had hate in your heart, and to be honest, it's a very, very understandable feeling. It is. It is. For someone to treat you like ish for years, and you may have developed hate in your heart, I understand. I can relate. But you decided to release that hate from your heart surrounding them here, and you let it go. And the moment that you let it go is the moment that you were able to see everything, because you allowed that hate to rise, or you rise above the hate with love here. Now you have a higher perspective, a higher peripheral of the whole situation here. And now you can see it from a higher perspective of things while you're looking down. Does that make sense? You released the hate. The hate was making you feel very, very heavy within yourself. And when you released the hate, the love pushed you higher. It floated you higher. It puts you in a higher space. And love is a very light energy. It doesn't make you feel it doesn't make you feel negative, make you feel wholesome. It makes you feel whole, you know, it makes you want to continue to grow, you know, like a flower. If you put love and nurture into the flower, it's going to grow. You're going to yield great results if you know what I mean? If you nurture and love that flower. And like I look at you guys, I honestly look at you guys as flowers. I truly do. I truly do. And they weren't expecting you to release the hate. They wanted you to be like them. Somebody's eating French toast or you're making French toast from scratch. I'm also hearing Naparima cookbook. So that's a cookbook from Trinidad, maybe from the West Indies, or maybe you know about that cookbook. But it's a cookbook that is more so signified around like West Indian dishes, Trini dishes. Okay, so take that how that resonates. So maybe you own that book. You could be from a different island, but you own that book. Okay, so we have Ascension, which is in reverse. They're not ascending, they're descending, but you're ascending. And it's like they're having a strange recollect or a strange moment where they keep having like deja vu here. Like this keeps happening over and over and over. Or you could be having deja vu to where you actually snapped out of it. Because deja vu represents repeating patterns, familiar lessons, unresolved issues. We've been here before. And you broke past this deja vu. They woke the sleeping bear. You were sleeping. And that was for good reason. You were in a sleep state. You never thought family would have done you this dirty. Who thinks like that? That makes sense? You thinking your mom and your dad is supposed to be there for you and they behind the back biting you down and trying to destroy your life and they think that's okay. It's not okay. And they fucked with the wrong person, which is you. Now they want to be in victim mentality, which is in reverse. And no one is listening to their sob stories. Because other people they may not have experienced extremely what you went through, but other people went through what they've done to them here. So no one is believing their story because they did it to other people. Well, you did that to me, and you did that to such and such, and that's the blind spot that they weren't looking for, they weren't seeing. They will abuse and they will harm other people, and they will just leave them in the dust. But now that everything's come back full circle, because they never thought that they would have gotten caught, which is why it's in their blind spots. And their blind spot is actually really blinding them, and it's really, really challenging them or triggering them to move forward. So to be honest, they're the only one that self-sabotaged themselves. They attempted to self-sabotage you, but at the end of it all, they self-sabotage themselves. Someone's eating crawfish, or you love crawfish, and it brought forth judgment. All they had to offer were bad advice. They're telling people how to treat you, how to cause harm towards you, how to do certain things towards you here to get a reaction out of you, and it's not working, but it's a necessary ending that needed to happen. I'm just saying. They can't be angry in public, because if they're angry in public, well, then it's going to look odd. So they're talking about you, trying to talk about you here, because they're dependent on you to keep the narrative going. Again, if you're not there, it can't happen. It won't work. So with the anger here, they have to keep their anger in check, which they can't, because you're triggering them by the truth that you speak. You're literally a walking truth. Who has many support from the higher spirit, if that makes sense. If you want me to read your energy, you can book a reading through my website. I'm not doing any private reads on a collective read, okay? So if you would like to book a private read, that is my information there. That's what that is, okay? So let me send out this form here. I sent out the emails to you guys that were interested in wanting to book a private reading with me. Let me also send that on here. Give me a second, y'all. All right, so that's the consent form. If you're interested, fill out the form, and you should have received your email yesterday. I had a lot in there, and I was having issues with my actual Service Plus, but I was able to fix that through tech from the tech individuals from TikTok. Thank you so much. So if you have not received the email from me, you should have received it yesterday. Okay. All right, let's keep moving forward. Yeah, they brought out the shadow side. So their shadow side was always being shown. Always. Their shadow side was always being shown. But I feel like they taught you how to step into your shadow side here. But the difference between you and them is that despite you stepping into your shadow side, you still had the light within the shadows that you stepped into. And their shadows was a form of hate and envy and jealousy and things of that nature here. And you were still able to see what they were putting down within the shadows. Yep, so now they're having a huge reality check. Oh well, who cares? They're desperate to get out of the situation. How are you going to get out of it, Karmic? Tell us, please. How are you going to get out of it? You're going to wear another mask? You're going to continue to lie? You're going to continue to pay people to try to thwart or try to destroy the collective's foundation? It ain't working, heifer. So tell us, Karmic, what's your next step, boo? We waiting. Now they want to play it safe because they don't know how to come. They don't know how to come. They don't know how to go. They don't know how to come. They don't know what to do. What's your next step, heifer? We waiting for you. I can't hear you, Karmic. I hear crickets. I don't hear anything. Where was this big, bad, macho energy that you had before? All this yip, yip, and yak, yak. Why can't I hear it anymore? We know the ploy and we know the plan, heifer. Why you ain't owning up to the BS that you try to do towards the collective? Karmic. Crickets. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the pew-pew, huh? See, it say spreading rumors about you. Okay, who cares? Spread the rumor. It's false. And people see that. Ain't no way you scary behind me. Man, I can't deal with scary people, child. That just don't make sense to me. You scary. Man, we got sudden changes here, child. Sudden changes. I don't want to go to jail. Well, you're going. You don't have a choice. Karmic, you're going to jail. It's either carried by 6 or judged by 12. That's your decision. Whatever you decide to do, Karmic. But you have 2 choices and 2 choices left. You could be judged by 12, and they're going to judge you very harshly. And to be honest, I hope that one of you guys could be on the juror where you can judge them very harshly. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. But the way Spirit is setting this up here, they will be really, really judged harshly by their peers. So they have judged by 12 or carried by 6. And it's going to be a split down the middle because Sneaky is in reverse. Even went as far as saying that you inappropriately interfered with your child. That's how stinking diabolical that they are. They went as far as trying to spread malicious rumors that you interfered inappropriately with a minor, and we all know that's not true. Because you weren't in communication with them. So you're going to sit here and make a lie, a bold-faced lie like that, Karmic? That's why you have to eat your crow with the feathers and all that you can't eat. You have to eat your raw crow, Karmic. And I want to see you eat it. Pull back the veil. Pull back the curtain. I want to see you eat your crow. They're the one that's abusing addictions. They have addictions and they're abusing it. Well, why would you be abusing addictions if what they said wasn't true? Why do they need to escape from reality if it wasn't true? Make it make sense. Somebody. Anybody. They have to escape because they don't want to see the truth. They have to escape because they don't want to hear the truth. Make it make sense. You're not underneath the influence of anything, no type of paraphernalia, anything, no type of drink, anything. You're very cognizant in who you are. They're not. They can't even sleep well at night. They have entities and energies that visit them at night, wherever they lay their rusty head at night, their nasty sour head or sour neck at night. They're the one that need things to get them by. They need support of their addictions to get them by. You don't have any addictions. You could take a drug test right now and that thing gonna come back clean. Everything gonna come back clean. You can even take a hair follicle test and all that gonna come back clean. You're not on anything. You see how it's so quick and easy to debunk? This is easy to debunk. Look, user. Because of the spiritual awakening that you force upon them, they were never awakened. They were asleep. Someone's name is Ramon or Ramona. Somebody could, so there's a Libra here that could be in legal matters. Take it how it resonates. You could be the Libra that's pursuing legal matters as you should. Or there's a Libra, low vibrational Libra that's in a lot of trouble. So again, take it how it resonates. Or this could be playing out by Libra season, which could be September, October. So however it resonates. Pisces. Could be a Pisces involved, however it resonates. You could be the Pisces or they could be, there's a Pisces that's praying, but nothing is happening. Hear this and hear this well. And this may trigger some people, but hey, it is what it is. Just because you pray for something doesn't mean it's going to manifest in the way that you anticipate. Sometimes that prayer that you ask for may not be in your best interest. Sometimes that thing that you want so much, so harshly, that is not in your best interest. And sometimes some prayers are not granted because it may do more harm than good. And all they keep praying for is to repent and to get out of the situation. And to be honest, that's doing them more harm than good because they refuse to take accountability. That's what happens when people like them don't have any boundaries. And when they don't have any boundaries, they're willing to go the extra mile to ensure that they're not stopped or no one sees what they're doing. Could be a Capricorn that love to show off. Not all Capricorns, of course. But low vibrational Capricorn may love money. Low vibrational, okay? They may love money and they will do whatever they can to get money here. This low vibrational Capricorn may have father issues or daddy issues. They may not have been raised with a father figure here. They may have actually been a frenemy of yours. Take how it resonates. They're sweating bullets. sweating bullets here. And they want out of the situation. The only way out is through. The only way out is through. One more time. Say it one more time. Okay. The only way out is through. So you dig a tunnel or you dig a hole and you finally go through the hole and now you're afraid to go through the whole course. You're afraid to go through the whole path in regards to the hole that you dig. That don't make sense. Well, why are you digging a hole that you are afraid to be in? Let me say that again. Why are some people afraid of the holes that they dig to sit in or to sleep in? Why is that? They ain't making sense at all. They burnt out. Karma eating them alive, literally. Secret. Tara moment. My God. Well, it was nice knowing you, karmic. I mean, we got Taurus. We got Cancer. We have Taurus, strong Taurus. Someone's name is Ainsley with an A or with an I, or Ensley with an E. Could be a Scorpio. You could be, they could be. Someone's name is Emile, Amelia, Emilio, Emily, Emerson, Emery, Leo, strong Leo. We have Aries, Capricorn. I heard one more. I'm going to do one more. Virgo. Hey, Cornelius. So if they're resonating with you guys, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to grab your copy of this book here. Again, it's called Wisdom Beyond Wounds, which is currently available for purchase on Amazon. Thank you so much for your immense support, sharing, engagement as well, because that's also a form of support. Thank you guys. I truly, truly appreciate it. This is our time. And when I say our in regards to the divine collective that's on the right side of things. Because you got some people that feel they're divine and they're not divine at all. So that's why I always say how I say it. For the ones that are on the right side of things, it is your time to shine. Spread your wings and fly, boo. Be that beautiful butterfly that when you are flying through the skies, metaphorically, figuratively, should even physically, be that butterfly. You just got out of transformation. If you have not, you soon will be. But I'm going to put you as if you are. Get out that transformation or bust through that transformation so we can see those beautiful wings fly. And you're so deserving of whatever it is that you want. I believe in you. And I hope that you're able to believe in yourself as if I'm able to believe in you. Believe in yourself, boo. It's you against you. It's you against the world. And if you know that you are fully confident and very assertive in who you are, baby, you unstoppable. You hear me? You unstoppable. Cannot no mother stop you here. Okay, let me give my boo some flowers. Yes, I love the collective, period. I love y'all. I want to see y'all do well, period. Period. Yeah, I want to see y'all do extremely well. You hear me? Go out there and be freaking great. You deserve that to yourself. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ta. Mwah. See you later. Bye, YouTube. Love you guys. See you later. Thank you so much for the gifts as well, too.